maybe. Let's turn the microphones on. Hi, everybody. Welcome. That would be better. Oh, boy. Oof, oh, doof, kids. Hi, welcome. Welcome to Indigo Chameleon. We're going to be playing a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons tonight, and luckily we are professional streamers, so you will see no technical mishaps whatsoever. There will be very few dropped camera frames. We will unmute our microphones. It'll be great. We've got a few announcements before we get started with tonight's game. We have a Discord. You should come hang out there. There's a lot of cool people in that Discord. We also have a merch store. You can get cool stuff from the merch store. You can get a mug with the Indigo Chameleon logo on it, and their name is Karma, and they're pretty great. So please go get. I know.
I didn't bring one. I forgot.
It's okay. Indigo Chameleon does not have a mug because that's your mug. Don't let her steal the mug. She's like the Noid. You remember the Noid from?
I thought you were going to avoid the Noid.
You're supposed to avoid the Noid.
Right, because Indigo's constantly stealing other people's mugs. So you got to order it quick before she steals. Whew. Upcoming schedule for this week. We got a lot of great stuff coming down the pipeline, gang. We have our game tonight, but then after that, we're wishing you all a very happy holidays and Merry Christmas, and have a great Toyota-thon, a Merry Chrysler, and all that fun stuff. So please go and have yourselves a very enjoyable time, and then come back to us on Sunday for Strahd Sucks, where Billy does the very first Barovia Christmas claymation special. That's right, kids. All of the characters will be turned into clay for one night and one night only. How's that going to work? I'm still writing it. So tune in. It's going to be a hoot and a half for the very first Barovia Christmas special. Yes, the handsome-looking gentleman with the facial hair.
I didn't have my hand up.
No, the other one. Yes.
I didn't have my hand up either.
No, not you. No. Mike, Big Mike, you had a question?
Oh, me. Yeah, didn't you learn your lesson last time with the claymation?
One, you can never go too far. Quote Ferris Bueller. And two, I never learned my lesson. Probably also Ferris Bueller. He keeps skipping school. So, no, I have not. So, tune in for that on Sunday. It's going to be a hoot and a half.
Congratulations.
Thank you. On Tuesday, we don't know what we're doing yet, but I have some fun ideas. We'll probably do like a one-shot or something, so stay tuned to that. Maybe we'll do a D&D 101. We'll approach the new year by teaching some new players how to play. And then on Wednesday, you can always join us here until you can't, because our schedules are bad or something, for the Unbroken Veil New Orleans crew.
Cold medicine treating you.
That cold medicine is treating me great. Not claymation, my kryptonite. Mini B, as the DM, I bestow upon you the most sacred of Christmas gifts, an immunity to claymation. The curse has been lifted. Woo. You are no longer hurt by claymation. You will have a hoot and a half because I love you. Not only am I doing cool stuff, I'm gonna miss that. I'm going to have no. I refuse because I love you too much. Wolf Grin, where can people catch the cool stuff you're doing, buddy?
Well, for this Christmas season. I don't know. Just kidding. We are.
I know him.
7:30 in the morning.
I know him.
You know him. We will be streaming through Friday morning, and we're actually giving away $25 Steam gift cards for the next few days for anybody that turns well. We're doing a drawing. It's a giveaway. You have to enter to win, but we're probably going to be giving away another 5 or 6 of those before Christmas comes around the corner. Every morning, 7:30 in the morning, Mountain Time. You guys are welcome to join us, and we'd love to have you there. And Merry Christmas! Oh.
It's so good. It's so good. So yes, tune in for fun shenanigans found therein. And even though Big Mike and Atavistics and Meowdith don't have anything else going on, I still love them just as much as my other kid, who is also Santa. So yeah. I think that's it for announcements. I think that's it for upcoming schedule. Did I miss anything?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wolf.
What?
Merry Christmas.
I don't know what just happened.
He just
I don't
10
know.
gifted. He just did 10
Oh,
gifted.
Wolf.
Thank you.
You are the best.
Aw.
Buddy, thank you so much. Here, I'm
Did
trying
you
to...
disable the Strat stuff?
I think I disabled a lot of stuff. There's still, like,
Cool.
Bless for a sesh.
That's
and...
for Wolf. That's for Wolf.
Oh.
Aw.
Wolf, you get a D4. Yeah, you get a
Is that
D4.
the entire session?
That's
The whole
entire
session. You're going to need it. Heroes.
Oh, crap. Maybe I should do some more of those.
Heroes. When last we left off, our heroes had been discovering what they thought was a haunting, but come to find out it was not a haunting, but the work of a trickster god, a Celtic trickster god, if you would, who is leaving little bits of coins that bear a likeness to him, each of them containing the chaotic energies that swirl about, as he has reached out to Becca to inform her that why should a cleric or someone who worships me just have a holy symbol that represents me when I can imbue it with a little bit of my power. Becca has a coin around her neck that has been eating said holy symbols when they come into contact with them, and you all don't know this yet, but every time it does, it makes the little sound from Pac-Man, that baka baka, and it eats it, and it's great, and that's now canon because I'm the DM. So the heroes,
That's the code medicine, man.
the heroes have been managing to track down all of the coins except for one. One located in the Smart House in the neighborhood, which is a demonstrative house that is run by an artificial intelligence company by the name of Gladys. Gladys has invited everybody in, giving them their own visitor badges to check out the house. And everything is great. But now that they've discovered that on trying to get out of the house, there is no door handle, but there is a numeric pad. And that is immediately where we are going to pick up.
Is the numeric pad glowing in any way, shape, or
I
form?
like that you had to transition from your Santa character into Noah there for a second. That made me very happy. I shouldn't have called it out, but I'm going to. Give me an investigation check, Noah. You're checking out the number pad, right? On the door
He
in front
is,
of you?
in fact, doing everything he can not to push any buttons.
Yeah, you look at the number pad.
Yeah, X is going to be like monitoring that hand to make sure if it gets too close.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 7.
A
plus.
7.
Do I get a D4 with that?
You do get a D4 for that. Because you've been blessed for a sesh. The Santa sesh.
So that's going to be a 10.
A 10
I don't
total.
think it did much good for me.
Pal, you
but-
take a look at the number pad. It's got super great numbers. It's got 1 through 9, and then a little 0 at the bottom, and then the pound symbol, and a little star. And that is what you see on the number pad. It looks to be of high quality craftsmanship for a 10 investigation. But this is all you notice.
Should I try my birth date?
No, not yet. Are there any indicators that would give us a clue as to how many numbers we are going to need to input into this pad? Like, are there
Currently,
like
no.
6 digits blank or 4 digits blank, or is there any sort of clue?
No.
Okay.
Becca, give me an investigation check.
Sure.
For that EXO.
I have a +0 to investigation, so this is a great idea. 9.
Yes.
Oh,
You're on it.
Yeah, 9.
I'm examining my abilities to see what isn't going to kill me again. I mean, this time. I mean, a little bit.
What?
I believe in you.
I believe in you, Peter. With a
No,
9, with a
Yeah.
9, it has numbers 1 through 9, and then a 0, and then the pound sign, and then a
That's
really great
so good.
asterisk.
Yay. Okay.
It looks
Yeah,
to be of
input
high
that by
quality
phone, too.
craftsmanship with a 9.
All right.
Are there any other exits available to us from this room that we're in?
Currently, Noah, give me a perception check, pal. As you start to survey your surroundings a bit, finally taking a more sort of in-depth look.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with the 4. That was a nat 1.
And that one. No, not really. I mean, like, you kind of look around the space. You do notice that there are windows and things of that sort. But a lot of the windows look to be of that, like, sort of reinforced glass and things of that sort. Just on a preliminary glance. Hey, Rob can't draw. I'm so sorry you can't draw, but welcome to Indigo Chameleon. But yeah, you don't really notice anything beyond just the windows and the door in front of you.
I'll go ahead and take a look around for the access code book.
Sure.
Just anything that might be helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. You start. Give me an investigation check as you begin to look around for the access
All right, hold on.
code book.
That is a 12 on the dice and 11 for the roll.
You begin to look around the space. You do not see much in this room. The room looks to be somewhat of a regular-looking living room with pretty long sectional couches, a really nice projector, TV, the latest and greatest in up-to-date technology. But you do see the shining red eye of the Gladys artificial intelligence system, which seems to be studying the group, just sort of darting back and forth, looking and see what the group does.
Hello,
Did
have
Gladys
we heard
introduce-
Gladys?
Oh, sorry. I was just asking if Gladys introduced herself by name yet.
She did a couple of years ago. Like it feels like,
Yeah.
but you guys actually had conversations with Gladys, or like a few of you did, in order to get your visitor badges and things of that sort.
Okay.
And I just need to be clear that Noah does have the coin from this home. Is that
Yes, absolutely.
correct? Okay.
Yeah, you have the coin, and you have a little dirt from the terrarium, and you put it in a little baggie, and you're carrying your little baggie. But you got the coin already, so you're good.
Can we
right.
walk of the coin real quick?
Do you want to let my coin just eat the coin? Oh, that's right. You wanted to give the coin to what's her name? Fred. Okay.
I promised.
Hey, Gladys, how do we get out?
Hello, Becca. Welcome.
Hello. Yeah, thanks.
You would like to leave the domicile?
Yes.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Becca.
Why not?
You have not stress tested the new safety features. And a little
what
puff
safety
of
features?
confetti comes out of the living room ceiling light.
Thank you. That's great. What safety features do you need tested?
Safety features are the living room, the kitchen, bathroom, and study. Study should be the first place. The study is best known for times of self-reflection. The carpet lights up, sending a little path of light, zooming past the kitchen into a little side room.
No.
In days past, an individual would go to their study for moments of self-reflection. There's no better sense of self-reflection after a long day of working hard at the mill, before coming home and spending just a few moments enjoying a cigar and thinking how you can best improve yourself. Enjoy the study. The carpet's alight, leading all of you to the study.
Run to
Probably
the
have
study.
to play the game.
Yeah.
Let's get this over with.
On the way, following the lights into this room, am I going to pass by a window? Can I just subtly try opening the window as I pass by, just in case?
Absolutely.
Like, I know OC, it's not going to open, but like,
Yeah, absolutely. You go to, you're walking by one of the windows. Like, what are you doing? Are we just giving it a little, like, gentle tap? Are we
yeah, one
giving
of
it
those
a
little,
nudge?
like, as I walk by, just a subtle little, as if she couldn't see me, which I know she probably can, but like, hey, let's just on the off chance it opens.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you would. Give me a
You're welcome.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Right. Yep. That's. Yep. That's a 10.
There is just the tiniest little bit of a shock, almost as if you're like walking along and somebody accidentally like rubbed their feet on the carpet and it touched your shoulder, and then all of you hear Gladys's voice. Becca, on a scale of 1 to 10, how did you enjoy your stupidity check?
Oh, I didn't at all. I was just stress testing the windows. They seem to work just fine.
Affirmative. You did not enjoy it.
No.
Did it cause you pain?
Yes.
Will it deter you from touching the windows in the future?
Probably.
Probably. Unacceptable. Increasing voltage. Would you like to stress test the window again?
Nah, thanks.
Is it necessary for us to get out of here?
Did I have damage for that?
Not yet.
Okay.
She's adjusting. Martin, you go. You hear a voice that says, "No, touching of the windows is not part of the stress test."
Thank you.
All of you make your way over towards a study. It smells of rich mahogany and leather-bound books. Inside the space are 5 easy back chairs, which Sabrina kind of sinks into one of the chairs, and you see her sort of drained from the activities of the day, and she goes into a bit of a slumber of sorts as she just kind of like tilts her head back because the DM does not want to pilot her, and you are locked in a veritable escape room. So she sits down and goes, sleeping exempts you from the test. Filtering caffeine through the air filtration system now. And there's a little puff. And all of you feel pretty energized. In fact, all of you, if you have a spell slot, get your highest spell slot back.
Oh, how nice is that?
If you'll excuse me for just 1 second.
I'll take care of that.
She is about to jump on the shelving that is in our room. Our demonic, fine, familiar cat. So.
To the rescue.
Thank you very much. So you make your way into the study. The study is a very pleasant place. The lighting is very soft. You see a fake fireplace off in one corner that is putting out just enough heat to make the room comfortable. But in the middle of this space is what appears to be a pretty mystical-looking totem. The totem itself is very similar to the coin that you all have found. Instead, though, this individual seems to be wearing a green hood, and he holds in his hand a leaf, and in the other a hammer, as he holds the two sort of figures in his hand. For Kicker and the rest of the chat, glasses of scotch manifest in the study for each of you. It is a Lagavulin, aged 15 years, and it is delicious. And they just sort of manifest in glasses around each of you. And you see your first test in terms of stress testing the study. Studies are used for quiet contemplation and improving oneself for the journey ahead. Each of you will choose someone and provide a bit of constructive criticism. That individual will follow said constructive criticism. Who would like to begin? Please place your hand upon the idol to signify you are starting.
Without even a thought, Zach also puts his hand on it.
Yep. Hey there, slugger. Oh, it's been a long day, hasn't it? So, who here do you think could benefit from some constructive criticism?
Maybe Becca?
Super. And what would you think Becca needs to work on?
Teamwork?
Becca, there's no I in team, but there is a me, which you have displayed many times. It's time to display a little bit more teamwork. Becca, would you place your hand upon the totem?
Sure.
Okay, as Becca places her hand on the totem, there is a boom. The totem, the two hands kind of close, and instead they come up and they do the thumbs up symbol, and then they go back to holding it out. Who's next on the teamwork train or the constructive criticism train? All aboard! Toot toot!
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Good job, Becca. I think we nailed that one.
X is gonna look around.
Okay. No, go ahead, please. No, go.
I was gonna say X is gonna look around for like some kind of something that's connected to said totem, maybe like a wire that runs down to the ground or to something to see if it is.
Sure. Are you doing that with your hand? Are you lifting the totem? Are you? The totem seems firmly affixed to a table.
Are there any wires coming off of it? Is the goal
Give
here?
me an investigation check.
What happens
16.
if you grab both hands of the totem?
16. You look around the area. You do not see any wires leaving the totem, but the table itself seems somewhat firm. I just don't know if you're moving the table or the totem. You just need to let me know.
If there's a door, like if there's like a cabinet door on the table itself that might indicate that the wire is run through the table itself, that's what I would look for first without touching the thing.
Sure, yeah, you do see a cabinet door, but it is closed and there is no glass container.
Then I guess we're touching it.
Okay. You touch the totem. As you do, the light turns on. Ho ho ho! Hey there. Who do you think needs a little constructive criticism, XO?
It's gonna make really, really anxious eyes at Noah and just be like, Noah.
Ba-boom.
And Noah.
And what could Noah work on a little bit better?
Meanwhile, Noah's looking around to see if there's a cigar box or something, because that's all he heard was from the introduction is there were cigars.
There is a cigar box.
Oh, Noah.
So he's heading towards the cigar box.
Yeah,
that's when he hears his name.
Yeah.
Noah could probably give a couple of seconds of thought before touching things. So I could probably do the same thing, honestly.
XO, you hear a probably signifies not constructive criticism. Need a definite response.
Think before you act.
Ding! Hey, when Noah rushes in, normally it's good because of your job. Ha, ha, ha. However, you need to take a few moments to stop and think. No more rushing in for Noah. And the statue kind of gives the thumbs up again and goes back to holding.
Now, I'm going to keep like that contact and see if I can find a cabinet door to look underneath.
There is a cabinet door, and you open up the cabinet door, and sure enough, there is a very, very large wire that's almost like more cable than wire itself that is going straight through the totem, from the totem, the top of the table, down into the floor.
Is there a space between the bottom of the table and the floor?
There is. Are you getting on the floor?
Yeah. She's gonna be on her side, kind of laying, like looking between the little space, the gap between, to see if.
XO, are you tired? Should I increase the caffeine?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We all need that.
Deception check at disadvantage.
I don't know if a caffeine-addicted hacker is allowed to have disadvantage on a yes, give me more caffeine roll, but I will roll that.
You do when the house can monitor your blood pressure.
That's an 18. That's an 18.
Okay. You hear affirmative. Will increase the caffeine dosage. There is another puff, and you all start to feel a little bit more frantic as XO, you lay on the ground, sort of looking at the totem. Give me another investigation check.
11 plus 5, 16.
16? Yeah. There's a wire or a large cable that goes straight from the table, a little bit of a lip, down into the floor.
Okay. And then X is going to take a couple steps away and make very purposeful kind of like, or stand up and then take a couple steps away and like make kind of purposefully hard, cloddy steps to see if we're on like an elevated surface.
I'll grant you that. Yeah.
Sure.
With that much caffeine, I'm going to grab both hands.
You're going to grab both hands. Yeah, you grab both hands. It is this super great. You feel a little warm tingle.
Yay!
Martin, who would you like to be giving constructive criticism to, Slugger?
Me.
There's a pause. Goes, all right, but it better be good. Sometimes it's hard to take your own advice. You might be held to a bigger standard than the rest of your compatriots. Ha, ha, ha.
I see what you did there. That's funny.
Lulz.
I should maybe bring it down a notch or two.
Define bring it down a notch or two.
Stop being overly excited.
Martin, you should work on not being overly excited. No one likes you. Or it.
Ding.
And there's the statue gives the little like thumbs up. Again, the voice kind of stutters on "No one likes you" a little bit as you kind of give around and give like the thumbs up. Martin.
I like you, Martin.
Yes.
Thank you for your own constructive criticism. That leaves Exo and Zach.
No, Becca never did hers.
Yeah,
Becca.
but Exo and Zach need constructive criticism.
No, I'll touch the thing.
Okay. Ding.
And while this is going on, Noah's kind of rubbing his chin and everything, and he says, "Yeah, I thought about it," and then he goes and grabs a cigar if he can.
Absolutely. Yeah, you go.
I love Noah so
You go over and you grab a cigar. They're very high quality. Yeah, there's a little cigar clip. You're able to cut the end off the cigar. A match manifest from the bookshelf and strikes itself against the edge and lights your cigar, and then the match is pulled back into the bookshelf. All right.
I'm going to go ahead and sit back in one of the chairs.
Yeah.
Grab my scotch and smoke my cigar for a little bit as I observe what's going on and think about life.
Becca, who are you giving constructive criticism to?
Becca gives the tiniest of glares, but not super angry, at Zach, and says, "Yeah, I guess Zach could learn to communicate in the moment rather than waiting for a stress test to say how he feels."
Zach, it's probably best to communicate with your friends since you're fighting alongside of them, and no one likes it when they have to wait for you to send an email when you could have just sent a text.
Sick bird.
Communication is always key.
Was that another stutter?
It was.
That we cat?
Last but not least, Exo needs some criticism.
Noah stands up and walks over and puts his hand on the statue.
All right, big guy. What could Exo do better to be better?
Exo, at times you should maybe drop the screen and meet us eye to eye.
All right, you heard
I'm
him.
gonna be like, what?
There's no communication better than in-person communication. No more sending of the tweets or being on the Facebook there, Slugger. Your phone is incommunicado, and your phone shuts off.
Exo is so pumped full of caffeine right now, but really just wants to crumble.
Rob, thank you for that subscription. I see you. Exo, your phone kind of shuts off. It turns off automatically.
Great. What about my burner?
You still have your burner, and as you do like a little quick glance, it is still on.
Hey. Can I take a look around this room to track maybe for corners or like tops of the ceiling where the walls meet or the floors, just for wiring or like some
perception check, please. As all of you finish, there is another little like and a tiny puff of confetti that drops from the ceiling as the door to the study opens. Congratulations on stress testing your environment. The study is a place of quiet reflection, and you have reflected enough. It's time to venture out and do amazing things.
What's the next room?
Exo, what was your perception check?
It was a 15. Or I'm sorry, it was a 12. It was a 12.
12. Okay. You don't see any visible wires in this space, which isn't surprising to you because houses function like that is to hide everything. I will say you get it's not very high. You get the briefest inclination that the ceiling's a lot lower than it should be.
Okay. All right. Are there any like fixtures close to the ceiling?
Yeah, there's a lighting fixture.
Sconces, lighting. Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
But the door's open, right?
The door is open.
Okay.
Okay, we can move on.
So, did anybody else catch the stutter in that thing's voice?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think there's a problem?
I don't know. I mean, why would it stutter just at those times? Was it telling a not truth?
What did it say
Maybe.
when it stuttered?
Well, it said that nobody liked Martin, and I like Martin, and it said that nobody liked Martin and kind of stuttered through it.
Did it stutter any other times?
Yeah, it
For Exo.
stuttered. What was that?
It
Martin?
stuttered for Exo.
Yes, it did.
What did it say when it stuttered with Exo?
I can't remember. I was
Neither.
kind of mopey because of how it was treating Martin.
Well, it stuttered on the word key.
I
Is
thought
it
it was
key, key,
regarding
key?
face-to-face communication is key.
Key. It was 3 keys.
All right.
Hey, Gladys, are we done with the study?
You have completed the first part of stress testing the study. Onward and upward. Where would you like to visit now? The living room, the kitchen, or the bathroom?
Maybe
What do you
let's
think?
check out the kitchen.
Or the bathroom.
Kitchen, bathroom, living room.
Nice work, Gladys.
Bathroom.
I don't know. Let's get the bathroom over with.
Okay.
What do you think?
I have to go to the bathroom too.
As you say, let's go to the bathroom. The floor lights up, and you hear, well, hey, y'all. Thanks for stopping by. We're so happy that you could come and hang out with us. You know, the bathroom, it can be a dirty place full of germs. Well, it's important to sanitize all available surfaces. And here with the House of the Future, we do just that. Because your bathroom is a reflection of you. So let's keep it clean, y'all. Just like your language. And the lights alight, leading you to the second floor of the house. Up the stairs and into the master bedroom to probably the largest and most extravagant bathroom you've ever seen in your life. Giant whirlpool tub. One of those showers that you could run laps in if you wanted to. It takes up the whole sort of back walls of the place. There are 2 bathrooms, like 2 sort of toilets that are partitioned off with doors. Everything is this beautiful sort of tan marble, but all of the fixtures are stainless steel. And as you walk in, it is just a beautiful, spacious bathroom.
Are there like linen closet? Is there a linen closet in here?
There is, filled with white, fluffy towels, of course.
All right. We're not going to have to clean this place.
Well, heavens no. Here in the bathroom of the future, we clean for you. Would you like to initiate the cleaning cycle?
No.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, not with us in it, I don't think.
Hey, Gladys, do we need to initiate the cleaning cycle in order to progress forward in this?
Your job is to stress test all of the functionalities of systems to detect any bugs.
Darn it, we're probably going to have to clean the bathroom.
Okay, well, I'm going to go stress test one of the toilets real quick.
Perfect.
Literally.
Noah goes in to one of the stalls and closes the door.
I'm going to turn on the faucets, as many as there are in the shower,
Okay.
in as many showers as there are, plus as many sink faucets as possible for both hot and cold simultaneously.
All of the faucets in both of the showers turn on, all 3 of them per shower. And then there are ground level shower nozzles as well that begin to turn on as well. All of the faucets in this place begin to turn on as you are spraying water just from those spaces.
You hear a little giggle from in the bathroom where Noah is as he thinks, thanks for disguising the sound.
Gladys, activate bidet in that room.
Gladys activates the bidet. Noah, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Toilet that fights back.
Oh, can I do something too?
You
Oh my
can.
gosh. I cannot roll anything today, but I do get a +4 for that, right?
You do, but because it's a bidet and you are where you are, I get sneak attack. Becca.
This is a test on the bathroom.
Right.
So, and he's like 10 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to use prestidigitation to create a stinky odor in the bathroom.
You do create a stinky odor.
Is it already there?
Not anymore.
Should I just make it worse?
You can make it worse. As you do, it is a magical odor. There's no particles in the air, but it is a terrible smell that is coming from that bathroom. It is as if something died. Exo, it is at this point that you notice the water is not shutting off.
Has it been turned off?
No. But the sink is starting to get a little full.
Oh.
Okay.
Are there drainage grates on the floor?
There are not.
Cool. Let's let it run.
Okay. Noah continues to stay in the bathroom. As the shower itself, there is a loud audible click from the shower drain at various spots, and water starts to overflow out of the shower and out of the sink. Water begins to form a thin layer on the ground as the door you walked in on seals. There is no door out now. There are no seams to the door as this room fills with... Let's get that dice out. 4 inches of water rather quickly. As the bidet keeps going, and a very surprised-looking Noah comes out of the bathroom as the toilet is bidetting all over the floor, adding to the water.
All right, so I'm going to yell over to Zach to start unscrewing the hoses underneath the sink, the water hoses.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is. And
Zach,
I begin to kick the sink.
Yeah, you begin to kick the sink. As you come forward, you begin to come forward towards the sink. And as you do, you go over towards the sink and you just give it one solid kick. Give me an attack roll, please.
Yeah, that's a nat 1.
Nat 1. Zach's foot lodges in the pipe. Lodges in between 2 very large pipes in the sink as he goes to kick it. And that pipe does not break. It does not send water anywhere. But water is starting to fill up the room more and more. It is now 10 inches off the ground. It is starting to crawl up to your pants and things of that sort with that 10 inches.
Guys, turn the water off. What are you doing out here?
They wanted to stress test it.
Noah starts trying to turn off. Are there knobs with the water?
There are. As you head over towards the knobs and begin to turn them off, they turn off to no avail. None of the water is seemingly stopping from the shower, from the sink, from any of those places.
What do you guys do?
It's important to have a clean bathroom, y'all. You got to make sure there's no dirt present. A messy bathroom is a messy life. Yuck. And water begins to fill up the space more and more and more.
So I'll go under the sink and unscrew the water hoses.
Yeah, absolutely. You go under the sink and you begin to unscrew the water hoses. Give me an intelligence check here. This is you knowing a little bit about plumbing and going like, oh, I'll just unscrew the hoses.
15.
15. Yeah, you manage to unscrew the hoses from the toilet, or from the sinks as well. And as you do, the faucet does not deliver water outward to the room, but the hose that you have disconnected from the faucet still pours water from it. It is just no longer going through
I wanted to disconnect both ends so that it's like a straw.
Oh, okay, yeah. Water is still pouring into the space, but you now have a straw in your hand. I'm about this.
Can I get the straws from the rest of the sinks and the toilets?
You can. We are at 1.5 feet. I have your character heights. Things are going to get iffy here in probably about a minute.
Okay, how long will it take me to get 5 straws?
There are not enough sinks in the space to be able to do that. You can get 4 straws.
And the 2 toilets?
There are 4 straws. 2 from the toilets and 2 from the sink.
Okay, great. 4 people need to breathe. One of them doesn't. So I'll give the Becca, Exo, and myself, and then the big guy a straw. And I'm like, hey, I give you a straw, but
Who are you giving Noah's toilet straw to?
Noah.
Okay, got
I'm
it.
not putting that in my mouth. I'm thinking about this. As he goes over and he opens up the linen closet, pulls out a towel, and starts wiping down the counter furiously.
Okay, we are at 2 feet 2 inches at this point as Noah goes over and starts furiously scrubbing the countertop with a towel. Give me an athletics check, please.
For my scrubbing?
For your scrubbing.
Awesome. Let's try
So
that.
while he's doing that, I'm telling him, listen, I saw Kingsman. This is how they survive.
Oh my gosh. That's 13 plus 4?
17.
Well, no, I don't know. No, that's... Oh, it is plus 4, so it's 17 altogether.
Did you roll your bless for this sesh?
I did.
Okay.
That was with my bless.
Yeah, Noah starts scrubbing away, and as he does, you see a little tiny bit of dust from the new home sort of coming up on the towel as the towel comes away, somewhat dirty. As the water rises even more to 3.5 feet.
Guys, this counter's dirty. Look at what I got. And I hold up my towel and show him.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna look around the room. I need to find something concave, like a bowl, perhaps.
Well, there's a definite bowl. You find a decorative. You found a decorative bowl tucked away in a small corner that had like potpourri.
Okay. Is it a solid bowl or is it?
It is a solid white ceramic bowl.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to put that over the drain in the shower
Okay.
and attempt to tap it through the water. And I realize I am going to be going underwater for this, so I'm going to hang my laptop bag from the shower rail.
Okay.
And so what I'm trying to do is determine if this is draining by tapping it to see if it changes in pitch in the echo.
Okay. As you tap the bowl, the water does not drain. Like
Okay,
you don't
so we're
sense
not
any draining. You're not draining water.
Cool. So in that case,
That being said, Exo, that was your move. Barton's playing with his hose. Becca, what are you doing? Zach, what are you doing?
I want to try to use prestidigitation to clean an area because it looked clean before, right?
It did.
But he managed to get some dust up.
He did.
So I want to use that to really clean one area of the sink and see but looking around to see if anything is affected when I instantaneous clean a 1 foot section of, say, the counter.
Okay. It takes you what, 6 seconds to clean a foot surface area? Okay. As you clean a foot surface area with 6 seconds, you notice, give me a perception check as you clean that surface.
19.
19. We are at 4 feet total at this point, as everybody's getting a little soaked at this point. But with a 19, you notice that the water slows a bit. It's not going as fast as it did, but it's still filling the space as you clean that small section.
So I cleaned this 1 foot section of the counter and the water slowed a bit. It didn't stop. It didn't drain, but it slowed.
Zach, what are you doing?
Gladys,
Yes.
cancel cleaning the bathroom.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Zach.
Oh, come on, please.
You must stress test. It is important to the stability of our future owners.
I am stressed.
Then the test is working. The water continues to fill the room.
Stupid. So we're cleaning.
There is a window in this space.
How high is it?
Not too high. It's about at the 5 foot mark.
Guys, do we want to break a window?
I don't think we should touch the windows. Remember, she electrified them, and we are standing in water.
4'8".
Noah keeps cleaning counters.
Cleaning counters and things of that sort. Noah is going around cleaning counters.
I'm going to keep using prestidigitation and clean
To
as much
clean as much as you can. You're cleaning. Exo, Zach, Martin. Noah is cleaning counters. Exo, Zach, and Martin, what are you doing?
Unseen Servant also cleaning simultaneously with Unseen Servant.
Unseen Servant is cast as the Unseen Servant is like frantically going going around and cleaning things. I will say this: I need a collective athletics or acrobatics check for everybody cleaning. If everybody's cleaning, that's fine. If somebody's working on something else, that's fine. But if everybody's cleaning, all of those peoples give me either acrobatics or athletics.
18.
I got a 5.
A 5 for Martin. 18. 12.
11.
11.
That would be 25.
25. Noah wraps towels around his body and just begins to run around and swim around the space, cleaning things a regular Mr. Clean, especially with the bald head at this point. As you begin to run around the surface, we get to the 5'5" mark, where some of you are starting to feel it a little bit and are having to tread water. When the last available countertop is cleaned by Noah running, the water stops and begins to drain out of the room. Congratulations, you have successfully stress tested the bathroom, granting you access to one number for the keypad. Your number is 7. The water begins to drain completely out of the room.
Wait, we didn't get a number for the... So we got to go back to the other room? It did say part.
There is a pause. You are following the directions of self-reflection. An assessment will be made after all available tests are completed to see if you can follow directions.
Hey, Gladys, you might want to consider not drowning your new residents if they don't clean your bathroom.
Filing a note.
All right, what do you guys want to go to next? Kitchen or living room?
Okay, I might be a little hungry. This was a lot of work, guys. I don't know what you were thinking, but...
I mean, I'm good with the kitchen, and we were deciding between the kitchen and bathroom before anyway, so it makes sense.
Before you leave the bathroom, the place gets not unimaginably hot, but warm enough to dry your clothes. Anything that was wet during this time, as these air dryers sort of come out from the floor, the side walls, and things of that sort, drying all of your outfits as you make your way over towards the kitchen, following the lighted path on the floor. As you follow the lighted path on the floor, you hear another voice. Well, hello there. It seems as if you're ready to start cooking. Spectacular. Now, a clean kitchen is important, but not as important as studies have shown the mood of the person cooking. Your kitchen will be your bastion to prepare meals to get for your family the energy they need to conquer the day. So, as you make your way into our new state-of-the-art kitchen, please be sure to indicate your mood on the mood wheel. You see, coming out of the floating sort of the kitchen table that's not too far away from the kitchen is a little wheel. And on that wheel are just 3 facial expressions. It is sad, neutral, it is sad, happy, and angry. And a little button that you can press next to each one. So sad, happy, and angry.
Where's the little emoji for annoyed? Gladys?
There is no emoji for annoyed. Perhaps
Well,
I could...
I'm not really feeling any of these things.
We are working under the assumption that someone who comes into this kitchen will be feeling one of those things.
I think you have a very likely chance that people will be feeling more than just these things.
There is a whirling of machinery from underneath the table as another face pops up, and it is Becca's face on the mood wheel with a little button attached to it, and it's just kind of a furrowed brow, and being like, adding annoyed wheel to the mood wheel of emotions.
I punched that button.
Give me a con save.
How many times have your characters died at Shrub?
The problem is I've gotten way too used to. Okay, that's a 13.
You take 8 points of lightning damage as you press the button,
okay.
and as you do, your face kind of scrunches up, and Gladys says, "Modifying face now." The wheel is brought back down, and then it comes back up again. And Becca is making this shocked, like that really hurt, like annoyed face that has now replaced the previous face. Is this more to your liking, Becca?
Yeah, but now I could have pressed the angry one, so...
You are welcome to do
good.
so.
It's good. We're fine. No, we're good. I already pushed it. I don't need to push another button. I'm good.
So Noah's contemplating life and looking for any food that might be around. Is there any food in this kitchen?
Noah, as you go over and open a cabinet and just sort of open it up, you hear a voice. Congratulations. Our chef shows himself. You will be making the most coveted of all family meals, a simple grilled cheese sandwich. Hooray! Please indicate your mood as the correct ingredients are brought forth. The countertop comes to life. You see a simple loaf of artisanal bread, some very gourmet sharp cheddar. I'm very hungry, so I instinctively went to grilled cheese, and some truffle butter as well, which manifests next to these ingredients.
Noah walks over with much contemplation and punches that a happy button.
As he does, you hear, "It might sound crazy what I'm about to say. Boom, 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 boom. Sunshine is here. You can take a break." The lights in the room start flashing. Yeah, different. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. The whole kitchen takes on this like beautiful, hang on. It takes on this amazing sort of like kaleidoscope of color. Different colors are bouncing everywhere. As Noah, you head over towards the grilled cheese station and take some bread and start making a grilled cheese.
Which is the one thing Mom would let me cook at home the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he just starts.
Yeah,
he does his best.
It turns into a kaleidoscope of fun, kids. The energy is high, and Gladys is just kind of slowly chugging away back in that corner.
And Noah sing "Because I'm Happy."
Great. After a few minutes, that color wheel, the happy symbol, lights up. It just kind of lights up, and Gladys goes, "Biometric signatures have been recorded. Continue." Noah, you're just making grilled cheese. You're making enough for everybody. Plates sort of manifest in the area.
And these things are golden brown.
Yeah.
You got to know these things. I got a little bit of the allspice in there.
Absolutely.
The sharp cheddar.
Cool.
These are coming out sweet. Well, savory, but.
Okay.
Gladys, do you have vegan cheese?
Gladys replaces the annoyed look on the annoyed wheel with just a picture of her red light. And replaces that as vegan cheese is brought forth from some sort of stored pantry.
Noah smells it.
Yeah.
That was dairy butter.
Yeah. Noah, I'll tell you what, pal. Are you proficient with cooking tools or cooking utensils or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Give me just sleight of hand for cooking.
Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
I can do. That's going to be a 9.
Yeah.
Oh, a 10 plus. It'll be 12 altogether.
Noah, you finish one sandwich, you hand it over to Martin, and you start making Becca's vegan grilled cheese.
With non-dairy butter.
Yep.
Gladys?
Gladys flashes the two lights, boom, 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 on the mood wheel that have not been touched.
Sad face.
Martin, you go over and touch sad face. As you touch the sad face, the lighting in the room drops. It gets a little bit colder in this space, and you hear, "Everybody hurts sometimes."
Especially right now.
And you start seeing like even the wallpaper around you has started to change. It turns into these sad like blues and things of that sort. In one corner of the room, the picture that did have this sort of stock photo of a dog and a family sort of running on the beach has now been replaced with the family looking at a gravestone of a dog, like the dog is like pictured on the gravestone and things of that sort. The kitchen table is now filled with like junk food and things of that sort, as the room takes on the appearance of sad. And it just REM keeps playing sort of in loop for a bit of time. Noah, give me another sleight of hand check.
Oh, that's going to be a nat 20. But let me add what I can to that. That's going to be 23 altogether.
You finish Becca's and you finish Exo's. So Big Mike's got one, Exo's got one, Becca's got one, and you're doing great, pal. Like for some reason,
he's over there. He has a little tear coming down. Yeah. He just went, "'Cause I'm happy."
Becca and Exo, you get a little bit of salt with your grilled cheese. Okay.
It's a calculated risk, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. The music turns off as Noah continues to plug away as you look over towards Zach and yourself, buddy. You only have 2 sandwiches left to go.
I keep it going. Despite
the music stops playing. The kitchen reverts back, as all of the pictures do. The wallpaper does as well.
I mean, we're probably going to push the angry button.
Yeah.
Buddy, do you want to do the next one, or do you want someone else to try it?
Me or Noah?
Anybody.
I'm getting a little peeved at this house. I got it.
There you go. Okay. You know what?
Zach,
screw you, Gladys.
You press the button, and as you press the button, all of the lights in the room turn a bright, vibrant red. And as they do, you hear dun 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 dun. Disrespect your surroundings. Dun 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 dun. As plates begin to, you kick over the chair behind you. The plates go flying off in the distance. The dog in that family photo is now biting the husband, who's trying to like push the dog away. The room is starting to get like a little warmer as those red lights kick on, and then you watch as the table in the far corner of the room begins to melt a little bit as the floor tiles underneath it begin to melt, and this red bubbling liquid begins to move up from the floor in one central point, melting the plastic of the table and melting the plastic of the chairs around the room. Hey kids, you ever played The Floor is Lava? Because you're about to. Welcome to your skill check challenge. Noah, you have to finish 2 grilled cheeses. Everybody else, get your butts off the floor. I don't care how you do it, don't care what you do, but once a skill is used in this skill check, you cannot use it again. So if somebody uses acrobatics, if somebody uses athletics, I will say this: everybody has the ability to use 1 spell or 1 cantrip. Okay, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 10 successes to get past this. Lava damage sucks. Okay, and if you fail any of your skill check challenges, you are going to take lava damage, and it is filling up the room with the quickness. Exo.
Before we start the skill check challenge, can you tell us about surfaces that are above the ground?
There are available surfaces. There is an island in the kitchen. There is a pantry where Noah has pulled out things that there's like shelving in the pantry. You could probably climb on top of that. There's countertops that you can climb on top of as well. And it should be easy to climb up on them. But the surfaces of the countertops are even starting to get a little bit hot as well. So it's going to take some creativity and some creative problem solving as the floor is becoming lava very, very quickly.
Is the top of the refrigerator exposed?
It is.
Okay.
Cool.
Any other appliances that we might be able to utilize?
There's a toaster. There's a toaster oven. There's a Keurig. There's a coffee machine. Oh my God. There's the lava surfboard that's come standard in every available kitchen now, just in case.
I play that one. Fine. Lava surfboard.
I deserve all of that.
No other large surfable on lava appliances in the kitchen. That being said, heroes, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Noah is beginning. Noah, what are we doing here, man, to keep cooking? You can stand your ground a little bit, but you are going to start taking lava damage as you begin to cook.
I'm gonna go ahead and stand my ground and get this other sandwich done.
All right, Noah, I need a Constitution saving throw, my dude. As Noah doesn't move, Noah just lets the lava come up and touch his leg, and starts burning through his leg a little bit.
Trying to. No,
Can
I
I-
keep hitting the wrong button. Oh, there we go.
Since we're not in initiative order, can I use prestidigitation to chill the 1 cubic foot of floor underneath him, so at least a lot of the solidifies as it hits him? I don't know how thick the lava is.
I will say that it's still going to do damage, but I'll mitigate the damage on your turn. Okay, you're going to cool the lava. You're just like, oh crud,
Like
he's not moving.
Yeah, I can chill up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material for 1 hour.
Yeah, that is perfect. That is your spell usage as you do that.
Okay.
Noah, what's your con save?
That was a 12 on the con save.
A 12 on the con save. You're going to take full damage here, Bubba. Okay, so Noah, you take... How many hit points do you have?
Yeah, I don't like you asking that. I've got 36 at the moment.
Okay. Noah, Noah, you take 30 points of damage. I will say that Becca is able to mitigate it and have it during all of this sort of situation. But you still take 30 points of damage as you're just standing and letting the lava sort of roll over you.
Can I do a stone's endurance?
You can. Do you have resistance to fire damage?
Oh, you know what? I don't.
You have cold damage. Yeah.
do have
But you could do, you take 30 points of damage, but you kind of tag into that Goliath side of you as you just, you suck it up and take it.
And so that's a D12.
Yep.
I'll make it big. 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
So that's going to be 25 points.
25 points. Okay.
Because I'm happy.
That is Noah's turn. Noah, give me a sleight of hand as you continue cooking. That's Becca's turn. Since Becca, you're mitigating the lava damage that he took. Exo, Zach, and Martin, what are we doing? The floor is lava.
That's only 7 on that sleight of hand.
Okay. You still got some sandwich to make, buddy.
Zach wants to head over and see if he can assist Noah at all.
Okay.
From the top of the countertop. I'm assuming it's
athletics or acrobatics.
We'll try acrobatics.
You hop up. The countertops are getting a little hot. It's not too bad. You only take 6 points of damage as that fire starts to eat away at your bottom a little bit. And Noah, you can give me another sleight of hand check since Zach is using this time to assist you.
And that's going to be 22.
All right. Yeah, the sandwiches are done. Noah has enough sandwiches for everybody, and you guys just have them all on plates in front of you. Some of you have been eating your sandwiches and things of that sort, but that music is still boom, 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 boom. The light is on. The lava's filling in the space. Martin and Exo, what are you doing?
Exo is going to be making a beeline to maybe something within 5 feet that is about like ladle length, basically looking for a ladle, some type of spatula, some type of cooking implement.
Yeah.
And then grabbing it and Misty stepping to the top of the fridge.
Okay.
And using the rest of the action on the round to lean over the fridge, pop the 2 doors open, and then lean over the outside of the door and push the button for making water come out with the kitchen implement.
Okay, this is a lot. This is a spell. Give me sleight of hand at disadvantage. As you're trying to fit like 2 actions into 1 turn here. It's clever. I like it. But sleight of hand at disadvantage.
9.
You have created now the place is more like a sauna. Everybody's sinuses clear up a little bit. You think though, like it feels good for everybody. I'll say because Exo's turned it into a sauna, everybody takes 5 hit points of healing back as everybody clears up their pores and their sinuses a little bit from it as the lava's starting to cool a bit. Martin.
I'm just getting up on top of the table.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Well, acrobatics have already been used, right?
Athletics.
Oh, athletics were used?
No, acrobatics was used. It's time for athletics.
Okay, so I'll use the athletics to get on top of the table, hopefully. Or try to, rather. Nope, that's a 5.
A 5. Martin, you are unable to jump on that table, buddy. You kind of like prepare to yeet yourself forward. As you go to yeet yourself forward, you trip, you land in the lava, and immediately try to pick yourself up out of it. I need a Constitution saving throw, please. Damn it.
19.
20. Okay, how many hit points do you have?
39.
39. Was that with the 5 I gave you from before?
I was full, so that I get like a boon as well, or a ward.
I will say in this case, absolutely you do. As you take, I'll say this, Martin. What was your con save?
19.
19. I'll say you take 22 points of damage as you land and you're back in it. It steams up a little bit, but you're able to scramble on top of the table and things of that sort.
All right.
As that mood wheel is still lighting up anger, I need one more set of things. Actually, everybody here, give me an intelligence check.
Oh, jeez.
Nope.
9.
9. Becca, no.
22. I was a
22.
nat 1.
XO is a 22. Zach.
18.
The two of you realize the game. Gladys is a stickler for the rules, even more so than the Fae is, and that's just something that's in your head. You know what I mean? Like she is. This is stress testing the kitchen. So that being said, we go back into it. Who's going up? Becca.
I have something.
Yeah.
Okay. Gosh, I wish we had Sabrina here, but that's okay. All right. So, guys, just follow along. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. And I stand up on the counter and I start clapping my hands. And I'm going to try to reset the kitchen with the song. So I'm just going to be clap along if you feel like a room without a room. Clap along if you feel
Noah's getting
like...
it.
And I can't do a spell because I used up my spell, but if I could have, I'd use prestidigitation to do lights and stuff. I'm going to try to reset the room with songs.
It sounds like performance to me. Because I'm happy.
Anybody that joins Becca, I will let you make a group performance check. So what that means is everybody give me a performance check.
All right. Oh my gosh, I did terrible. Becca's not a singer.
Because I'm happy. Adelaide.
Guys,
Adelaide starts singing. Martin, are you doing a performance check?
Yeah, I did. I got a 12.
12. Zach.
Yeah, that's a 12 as well.
A 12 as well. EXO.
What we lack in skill, we make up for in enthusiasm?
8.
8.
From
Noah.
Apparently not.
Because I'm happy.
Noah.
16.
Noah.
16 for
All of you begin to half-heartedly, like you've taken damage.
If you know what happiness is to you.
Noah, who has been singing this song the whole time, no matter the mood of the room, it's easier for him to do it. This is too good not to have this work. You know what? Yeah, the room resets. The lava itself is immediately cooled as Happy starts playing again as you trick the system into doing it. Gladys almost gives a confused, like the red closes a bit, almost as if she's squinting her eyes. And she goes, "Please finish the sandwiches." As the lava is sucked back into the hole that it came from, and happy becomes the recurring mood in the kitchen.
Gladys, another suggestion: you may not want to boil your new residents alive in lava.
Making another note.
Got it. Yep. Thanks.
And Noah eats his sandwich.
As you eat the sandwich, Gladys comes back on and says, "Thank you for stress testing the moods in the kitchen. Your number that you have received for the keypad is 4.
Thank
Gladys, how many rooms are left?
2 rooms are left.
Please identify the 2 rooms remaining.
The study and the living room.
Please confirm the study was not completed at the first round.
The study was not completed in the first round.
Please identify the purpose of the study's stress test.
The study was to see if you can take constructive criticism after a long day. Some of you are doing exceedingly well at your task. Some of you, less so.
Please identify the purpose of the stress test in the remaining room.
The purpose of the stress test in the remaining room is to see how well you follow directions. I'm sure you all, including Becca, will be just fine.
Why did you single me out, Gladys?
I did not single you out. I said everyone, including you, specifically Becca, will be just fine.
Thank you, Gladys.
On to the living room.
Before we head out, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Noah, see if I can give him a little bit of his
Yeah, absolutely.
health back that he lost.
Everybody's got their water bottles, except for you.
So that's a 6 to you, Noah.
Thank you.
No, you take another 6 points of healing damage as that gives you a little love tap. As everyone heads over to the living room, right?
Talk to me about the water bottles. What are those?
You
You're
drink
healing.
it. That's 10 HP.
Everybody's got a little insta boost of 10 HP as you drink the water.
Noah's feeling especially parched after his
I bet you are.
rendition of Happy and cooking, and he's going to go ahead and guzzle one of those bottles of water. So that's 10? Or do I roll? Is it a D10 or just straight up 10?
10 points.
Now am I seeing that Martin is pretty singed as well? Was anybody else burned in this?
Yeah, I'll take care of myself. I got it.
I like you though.
I like you too. I got it. It's my job. It's what I do.
Well, it's I do it too. Okay, you good?
I am good.
As you all begin to make your way over towards the living room, after you take a little bit of a water break and a healing break, you hear another voice, and this one is just Gladys, as she goes, "The living room is the center of the family home. It is a place for living and relaxation. Please enjoy the amenities found therein. Have a seat on the couch."
I sit on the couch immediately.
As you all sit on the couch, she goes, "We will begin the stress test." And as that happens, 4 things manifest in the space. Okay, there is a Connect 4 game that looks like somebody's already been playing it. It looks like to be like a holographic, tactile game of Connect 4 that pops up with 2 chairs sitting opposite. It looks like it's 1 move away from being completed. Battleship also pops up right next to Connect 4. Okay, an arcade game of pinball pops up on the other end of the room, and it looks like you're a couple of hits away from multi-ball. Okay, and the other game that pops up in the other corner is a chess game. The chess game, it's already been played a little bit, and if anybody here plays chess, you see that a lot of the pieces have been whittled down, and it's getting close to checkmate available. Okay, these 4 things manifest in the space. She goes, "Stress test will begin in 3, 2, 1." The screen flickers where the red light is. It flickers really quick, and you see this random combination of letters and symbols, mostly letters that just kind of flicker on the screen real quick and then disappear. And a timer, boop, pops up in the room, and it's counting down from 1 minute.
Sounds like
I
we
could
need
do
to
Connect
games.
4.
Okay, do you need a partner? Here, I'll sit down with you.
Yeah, Becca, you run over. You run over next to
Yeah.
where Noah is. Red is about to win. So you pick up the red chip and you place it in the spot. And as you do, there is a woohoo! There is like a little puff of confetti as the Connect 4 disappears.
Good job, Becca. You won.
Yay! Battleship? Somebody?
Becca,
I'll check out the ping pong.
Pinball?
Zach, you go over to pinball. Give me sleight of hand as you bring the ball down. The ball goes flying out, and you're just you're trying to get a couple of bumpers.
That's a 6.
6. The first ball goes through. It takes you a few tries to get it as that timer is counting down from a minute, and all of the sudden that you hit it and multi-ball happens, and there's ding, 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 and the new high score is established. As soon as the new high score is established, it disappears from sight as another 10 seconds have gone by, leaving you 40 seconds to complete the chess game, if you so choose, and Battleship.
I was down in front of Battleship across from whoever was there.
Martin, Becca?
I sat there because
Yeah.
I suck at chess.
Yeah. Exo, as you sit on one side, it's indicating that it's your turn, and you see all the little markers on your spot. You're a hacker. This is it's a child's game. Yeah, you call out, and Becca, you watch as your Battleship in real animation sinks in the
You
space.
sunk my battleship.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Martin, what are you doing?
Take a look at the chessboard.
Yeah, you go over towards the chessboard. You see that white is one move away from checkmate.
And go for the checkmate.
Yeah. There's nobody sitting in the black space. I will say that Zach or Noah could sit down in that spot.
Noah went over and sat down.
With 20 seconds left, you sit in the spot and the chessboard disappears. And you see another puff of confetti as all 4 games disappear from sight. And everybody goes and sits back down on the sofa.
Well, that was super fun.
I
Guess.
Woo! I lost twice.
It was kind of too easy.
But that's okay, because I like Martin.
You did not follow instructions. Restarting stress test. Beginning in 5,
Gotta say, identify
4,
objective.
3, 2, 1.
Can you
Stay on
give
the
us the
couch.
instructions again?
No, I wouldn't
Stay on
want
the
to
couch.
annoy you.
Relax.
The 4 things, boom, 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 pop up. As they do, that imagery flickers one more time, and you all see these letters pop up as the timer starts. They are posted in the Discord right now.
Discord.
Habitat.
Oh, okay.
Those are the letters that pop up as the timer begins.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. 4.
What's everybody?
2 of those numbers are the numbers that we've been given for our code, because we were given a 7 and a 4. So we have like 3, 10, 80, and 20 left.
What?
What?
Where do you see numbers?
All I see
Oh,
is
well-
letters in
Oh,
Habitat.
sorry. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong place. Never mind.
What weird code out of
Oh.
nowhere did you just...
I know.
I scrolled down all the way, but what showed up was the dice that FML posted earlier.
Oh, got you. I was like, man.
Yep. Nope. That's what I saw. Okay.
What kind of weird cipher cracking Discord is?
Beth, I love you. Thank you. If I make one, you'll get the first copy. So yeah, those are the letters that flash up, and everybody grabs and just kind of sees those letters kind of pop up in the space. What's everybody doing? What order
trying
are
to
we tackling these?
Figure out a cipher, possibly.
I feel like we need to try and remember what the objective was. It was something with the center of the family and the home and something
Relax.
about hanging out. Meh.
I say we stay on the couch.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Let's just vibe.
You want to vibe?
Say sit.
Get some hanging out.
Yeah, vibe and hang out. Okay. Martin and Exo, you sit on the couch and vibe and hang out. Don't really do anything. As you do, you feel a quiet, like thrumming tension in the couch itself. As the timer counts down, there is a tension in the couch. I have no other way to describe it, as like the sofa cushions get tighter, less soft and comfy and more firm, as the two of you don't get up from your seat. Noah, Zach, what are you doing?
Noah goes and sits down on the couch.
Okay, sits down on the couch. You're starting to feel this.
Does his best to relax.
You're doing this. You're feeling the same thing as well. Like there's something weird going on with the couch, as you're still sitting on it, not getting up from the room. Zach.
I think he's gonna follow suit and try and figure out this what this code could be.
Okay, Zach, you sit down on the couch. Okay, and Becca, as Indigo tries to figure out this cipher, what is Becca doing?
Becca's sitting on the couch.
Okay.
Sit down, relax.
She's thinking, well, this is the next thing to try.
Okay. Becca, Martin, Zach, Exo, Noah. That tension builds as the timer starts to count down. So much so that it gets like almost rigid. As if somebody's like stretching something out and it just feels uncomfortable to sit on. You start to feel little, almost like a pressure underneath it, as if somebody's stretching a rubber band, and this thing is going to snap and send you into the ceiling. As that timer counts down from 30 seconds to 20 seconds to 10 seconds, there is a whoop, whoop, whoop. As the pinball machine, the Connect 4, the Battleship, and the chess game are pulled into the ground. And Gladys says, congratulations. You have followed instructions. The living room is a center for relaxation, to sit down and relax. And you have followed instructions. Congratulations. Another puff of confetti. Now, please report to the study to see if you have followed the instructions granted to you.
Gladys, do we get a number?
The number granted to you for this room is 8.
Yeah, you did do it.
I guess we'll head to the study. Before we go, though, Exo wants to look for like where those projected games were coming from.
The projectors are coming from inside the ground. What you thought instinctively was carpet is instead fiber optic cables that have just been softened, and there are tiny projectors in every strand and fiber of the carpet.
That is like way beyond too cool, I just gotta say.
I've got the weirdest idea. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, let's.
You head back towards the room. As you head back towards the room, you all sit in your available seats, and the statue turns to Becca. Becca, you were encouraged to display teamwork, and you in fact did as such. When you cooled the ground in front of Noah, to your own detriment. Congratulations. You have taken your constructive criticism. Do-do-do-do.
I mean, technically, I also led everybody in songs, so yay.
Noah, you rushed into the bathroom when you were specifically asked not to. You rushed in because you had to use the restroom. This is a direct violation of the rules that you were given. Noah's badge ignites, sending bolts of electricity over it, and Noah falls unconscious. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Noah falls and hits the ground, sliding off of the chair, sliding in front of it.
Exo's checking for a pulse and for breathing.
Noah is still breathing. Noah is unconscious. Martin, you were asked to take it down a notch. Do you feel as if you took it down a notch?
Yes, I do.
Can you display instances of you taking it down a notch?
I didn't freak out about the lava popping out of the ground.
Congratulations. You have taken your own constructive criticism. And there is a little puff of confetti. Zach, communication is key.
Agreed.
You did very little communication during the stress test.
I was stressed.
Then the test was a success, as Zach's badge ignites and he falls to the ground unconscious.
Checking again for respiration, pulse.
He's fine. He's unconscious. Okay. Exo, you were asked not to look at your phone and to participate in more face-to-face conversations. Did you achieve as such?
I did not look at the phone that you turned off, and I chatted a little bit more than usual.
XO, how were you aware that the phone was shut off?
It vibrates when it loses signal.
Deception check, please. As my phone shuts off, it vibrates to signify that it is being shut off.
It's a 9.
XO immediately falls unconscious. Congratulations, Martin and Becca. You have successfully passed the stress test. The number for the study is 1.
Are the ones that failed the stress test allowed to leave?
Yes. Commencing depressurization of the house in order for deep clean. Removing oxygen from environment. 1 minute till depressurization.
All right, gotta head over to the panel.
Okay.
Or grab everybody and head towards the front door.
Yep.
As many people we move towards.
You can't. Zach and Exo and Noah are very, very unconscious. So you were told you can remove them, but you have about a minute to do so. Martin and Becca goes running over towards where the door is. And as you do, this song starts playing over the loudspeakers of the entire house, echoing out for everyone. That's a fun little ditty. It's posted on the Discord.
Jack and Diane?
No, it's the pop single 1 Week from Bare Naked Ladies. As you head over towards the keypad.
1 week.
I'd like to try 1748.
1748. There is a It does not work.
What song is it again?
I know the first room was the study, and the room number for that one's 1. Was the bathroom supposed to be 3rd or 2nd?
But we didn't get the study's number until the end.
Yeah, I know. Well, we could try 7418. 7481.
7481, yeah.
7481 does not work.
Yeah, so because she gave us the order of the rooms, which was what was the bathroom order number? Because the study was the first one.
Study was either first or last, depending on whether you're talking about started or solved. But it was
well, the
study,
order she said it
bathroom,
to us.
kitchen, living room.
Yeah. So say that again.
She said it in
Right.
living room, kitchen, bathroom, study. That's how she said it.
Living room, kitchen, bathroom, study. So the
Okay,
one
so
being the end.
You're unconscious, XO.
Yeah. Oh, darn it.
Living room was 8.
Oh, it's been 1 week since you looked at me. 5 days. I have to look at the lyrics. They say numbers in the lyrics. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. 5 days since the living room. Oh gosh. Hang on.
If you were to look at the video that was posted in the Discord, you would see that this is a version of
watched the video.
1 week with the lyrics
Yeah.
instead of any sort of music video for it.
Is this in
As
the habitat
the
again?
oxygen
Yeah.
begins to
I'm
get
pulling it up
sucked
right now.
out of the room.
1 week since 5 days since you laughed at me saying get back together, come back, see me. 3 days since the living room. Realized it's all my fault, but couldn't tell you. Yesterday you forgive me. It'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry. But we have to just figure out how to make those numbers.
1532.
Yeah, but our numbers are not those. Our numbers are 7481. Oh, but okay. 3 days since the living room. Okay, 1 week since you looked at me, said I'm angry. So the kitchen corresponds to 1. So, kitchen. And then 3 corresponds to the living room. And 2 days till I say I'm sorry. I bet that's the study. I could be wrong. Which would mean 5 days since you laughed at me saying, get back together, come back and see me. I don't know. I don't know what one that goes to.
Okay, the numbers that appear go 1532. So that's how they occur.
Yes, correct. Since the afternoon, tickle me. I'm just making sure there aren't any other references to like rooms in here later on. They just keep saying living room. Ugh. Because I just don't know how the. Okay, so like in the. So maybe the kitchen is the first one, 4. And then the living room would be the third one, which is 8. If it goes in song order and not in.
So 4187.
Study was 1. 4781.
4781.
Try 4781.
Click. As that is typed into the keypad, the door opens up, sending a rush of oxygen into the space. As all of that happens, all of the sudden, healing energy floods over towards where your fallen comrades are. As you have made it out of the smart house. Heroes, you come back to consciousness. Sabrina sort of waking up from the nap that they were in as well. As you find yourselves outside of this amazing neighborhood, which you seem to have been in, it feels like, for like 4 or 5 weeks. But it has only been one frantic night.
I have to rewatch this and see how Indigo figured that out. Because my whole brain...
Your job
shut
is
up.
to relax. That's the cipher.
Yeah.
It's a -3 cipher. Caesar
You haven't
cipher.
been...
Yeah, we got that a while ago.
Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
Oh,
Don't tell her.
I know we got it.
You are so good.
I didn't get
That's
it.
amazing.
Okay, sorry.
You're the
Go ahead.
bestest.
You did really good.
Love you so
did
much.
Really good. You did both of them
Sorry,
at the same time.
I had the list. I was
She's the
looking it
winner.
out. Okay.
You win
Sorry.
the internet.
I'm okay. I'm great. I'm great.
Fellas, go
I
take
knew
your
that was
post.
the rule. I just didn't realize the cipher was the rule. Okay, we're good.
That was beautiful. That was beyond
Heroes,
beautiful.
you come out into the beautiful night air, a little more harrowed, your clothes a little freshly washed, kind of, but a little lava singed in other places and things of that sort. Taking a little bit of your memories with you, leveling up to level 5, of course, after being put through the ringer, this little mini arc. What are we doing with that last coin?
Guys, I kind of gave my word.
That you
I
take
can't
the
do
kids
nothing
to
without
the
his
movie
word.
and buy them popcorn?
What's that? No, the coin. Mima. And so, if you want to join me, you can, but I'm heading over to the snake place.
I'll go with you, big guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Everybody heads over towards the Snake Place, the most ill-named amusement park of all time, second only to Gatorland. You make your way over towards the Snake House, and you see a couple of new cars out front. Black four-door sedans with tinted windows that are just parked behind where these reptile cars would be. As you
Do
come,
you recognize these sedans from?
you've
other
seen them
encounters
before
in these type of
from the
sedans?
Agents of Sky and things of that sort.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I don't. Is this the best time? Do you think?
It's never a good time.
I'm gonna take out my little baggie
Okay.
with the coin inside and go and knock on the door.
As you do, you are greeted not by the Snake family, but by your bestest buddy in the whole wide world, Agent Franks. Built almost as big as Noah, but just a little wider and a little more muscular. That closely shaved buzz cut of a haircut that he has, and his somewhat pale skin reflecting off of the streetlight outside. As he comes up to the door, he's wearing the coveted suit that you've seen him in before. That looks just like he shopped 2 sizes too small, as the muscles beneath it are sort of straining at whatever materials are found therein. He has to lean his head down like this, down from the door frame, as you knock on the door, and he sticks his head out.
Hey, Tiny.
How's it going, Agent Franks? My mom says hi.
May I help you?
Yeah, is Mima here?
They moved.
Where'd they move to? Do you know?
Australia. Lots of snakes.
Did they want to move to Australia?
I don't know. He just kind of looks at you.
How long ago did they leave?
A few hours.
Why didn't they take their van with them?
He looks over at the van. He looks back. Tire's busted.
Do they have any cookies left?
He takes a gun out from his side, points it directly at Noah, and then lifts the barrel a bit and shoots out the left tire, the back left tire of the van. Puts the gun back in its holster, and he goes, wait, and closes the door on you.
Okay, I don't think the tire was busted, guys.
A few seconds go by, and Agent Franks comes out holding a plate of cookies that he hands to you. And it's great, buddy. They must have added something to the cookies because you don't remember having them having strawberry drizzle on them. But sure enough, they've got a red drizzle all over them. And he hands you the plate of cookies.
Thanks, Agent. And I grab the plate and I kind of turn around.
He looks at the group and says, thanks for the tip, and closes the door.
Oh, no.
Problem solved. Waka waka.
This doesn't sound like a problem solved to me.
We could put that coin for, safekeeping in this coin.
Yeah, you can take it out of there afterwards?
Maybe?
Yeah, okay. Let me think on that one for a little bit.
Listening to constructive criticism.
You finally win the game.
It turns out this is all a simulation. You're still in Gladys. And
we should probably move away from the door because I don't know. I need some air. I'm a little bit sad right now. So can we go walk to the park?
Sure.
Okay.
The 6 of you walk over to the park. It's a little melancholy now as you kind of head over into that way. One of the sedans with the blacked out windows, as you all leave the domicile, pulls out of the driveway, kicks on and then pulls out of the driveway and drives away from the house.
Was there only one entrance to the subdivision?
Yes.
Okay. Is my phone back on?
No, you haven't turned it back on.
I thought it was just disabled. I didn't know it was turned.
No, it was turned. It powered down.
Oh, mine does vibrate when it turns off, actually.
So we just kind of circle this back for everybody. They were gonna eat you, Noah. It's not like they were good people. So
They were going to eat me because of Becca.
They were gonna eat anybody.
Well, I made a promise, and so.
And you delivered on that promise by bringing it back. The fact that she's not there.
I don't know. Here, have a cookie.
No, you no. Mm-mm.
Does the swing set's crossbar look like it could support Noah?
What
if we put one thigh in each swing?
If you put one thigh in each swing, yes.
Okay, I'm going to push Noah on the swings as best as my tiny, scrawny hacker hands can.
At the very least, we all recognize that these coins are dangerous. So you can't just have it float around. And the best way to dispose of it we found so far is the old Waka Waka.
Yeah.
So let's Waka Waka it, big guy.
And then what do we do with Becca's coin that's extremely dangerous?
She's had it since she was a kid, right?
True.
Yeah, and it's since Waka Waka 5 coins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom had it too, and my grandma had it. So
when we removed it from her, she was attacked. So I say we let it Waka Waka and then let her keep it.
Okay.
So she could be not attacked.
Noted.
I like this plan.
2 options. Two things there.
Okay. Well, if that's all you got for me, anybody want a cookie?
No.
No.
I don't think you should either.
And he dejectedly lets the cookies fall into the sand underneath the swing.
Okay. This is like a reverse. It's like a reverse Charlie Brown Christmas special where he starts happy and then gets real sad. Like he goes from singing like happy in the, I'm happy to being on the swings and letting the cookies fall onto the ground.
I'm gonna kind of slowly push Noah on the swings. Just
give me a strength saving throw.
Drags in the sand and everything, and.
So that is I'm apparently very dedicated to the thought of pushing Noah on the swing. That was a 19 minus 1.
Noah weighs over 300 pounds, and that's 300 pounds of muscle. So Exo, it's like you have to shoulder check this man in the back in order to get, but you get some good air for him. It's a somber Christmas. You know what I mean? Like outside as you're pushing him in the swing.
There, buddy.
So
there.
Noah's gonna call Mom real quick.
Okay.
He pulls out his phone.
You pull out your phone, and unfortunately, Mom doesn't pick up. You leave a message being like, "Hey, can you call me back?" and stuff like that.
Okay. So, yeah.
She's probably just busy, buddy. We'll try again later. We can call her again in a little bit, okay?
She'll call me in a little bit.
She will.
So what's your idea you want to do with
happy. Oh, you're going to actually ask me my idea on it instead of telling me what I have to do? Is that what I'm hearing right now?
Well, if you could bring it down just a little bit there, buddy, being too aggressive.
Instead of going behind my back and trying to walk it out of my hand, are you actually going to talk to me now? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm going to let him be aggressive by himself, and I'm going to leave.
Yeah, Martin,
sun's
you take
getting real low, big guy.
Yeah, sun's getting real low.
He can suck it. I'm out.
If Martin flips out and hits you, you're fine. If Noah flips out and hits you, you're never walking again. Like, yeah, Martin, you take a quick little walk away.
I'm gonna head back to the shack, to the office. I'm gonna get in the car.
Yeah, absolutely. You were everybody's ride.
Yep.
But you're gonna get back in the limo and just kind of take off.
Take a call. When they're done.
Does anybody hop back in the car and ride back with Martin? No.
I'm gonna stick with Noah.
Martin, yeah, you get in the car and you head back to the car. You plug your phone into the charger and things of that sort, and you just have like a bit of a quiet car ride back. Martin, as you cross the threshold for the neighborhood, as you drive past the gate, you were the first of your party to do so. And as you cross the threshold of that plane, I guess, like as you get past it, you notice that the gate has aged quite a bit. Almost as if for a brand new neighborhood, you remember driving past it and seeing that it was like kind of brand new and it was in the process of being like built, and the neighborhood was like everything was sort of prefab and awesome. But you notice as you drive past that the gate has aged considerably in the short amount of time that you have been here in the neighborhood.
All right. Did the name change to the community or anything like
that?
No.
No.
It got older.
No, it just got older. The gate, at least.
Like hundreds of years older?
Not hundreds of years, but it looks like it's weather beaten. I don't know if you have proficiency in gate, but it looks like months of aging over a short period of time.
I have a specific specialty in patina.
Oh, you do?
No, I don't.
Okay. It was 4.5 months because of your patina proficiency. Thank you for allowing me to say patina proficiency. Yeah, Exo, Zach, and Becca, you spent a little bit of time just with Noah on the swing set, just sort of letting him exist in sadness. No better bond for friends, and he did kind of like lash out at Martin, but Martin sent you guys, you see Martin kind of drive past the neighborhood, slow down a little bit once he gets past the gate, and just sort of stare back at it, and then drive out of the neighborhood.
So what do you think, guys?
I think Martin had a good point. I think it's dangerous. It might not hurt to let his grandpa take a look at it before we get rid of it.
Becca?
I mean, I'm okay with bringing it places, but also it seems like it's been consolidating for a reason, and that reason hasn't seemed like a negative reason. I mean, I'm not saying that it couldn't be, but it's been pretty safe in my family for, way before I was born. So, but if you really feel like it's the wrong thing to do.
I don't know that it's the wrong thing to do. I just stressing out on what I said I was going to do versus what I was being forced to do.
If you would rather gather more information first, I'm okay with us gathering more information.
What do you think, Exo?
I'm not sure it should go to them.
Don't look at your screen. Right here.
Okay. There's not really much I could look at, but I think now that you say it, I want to look at my screen because I want to see if maybe there's a signal coming out of their house that says maybe they didn't turn off their service, or I want more information. I don't trust what that was.
That's the other thing. Agent Frank is not a friend of ours.
Yeah, he's an Agent Frank. That's not the word. It's another one. Sounds kind of like it though. Not a fan. Not a big fan of that one. I think I want to learn a little bit more about what happened there before you break a promise. Because if you can't keep that promise because they're not there anymore, then you can't keep that promise, and we have another path we have to take.
Yeah. Did Agent Frank leave? Or could we tell who left?
There was another car. You didn't see anybody enter the car or leave the car, but what you can assume is that there were two people outside. It's not an uncommon tactic. I think Zach might pick up on this. Exo might pick up on this. It's not an uncommon tactic. If stuff breaks bad, there's two people now that are behind the people on the doorstep that weren't there before, or however many people they could fit in that car. It's chess. They put a bishop behind and they put a knight inside. This is the Agents of Sky. You would expect nothing less. I don't know if Martin and Becca and Noah would have the wherewithal to understand that sort of logic. It's predatory. Like it's just strategic.
Yep. Do we worry about the people in the house? I mean, they were snakes, which was kind of creepy and everything. But she made really good cookies.
Unfortunately,
And
big guy, I don't think we need to worry about them anymore. I think the agents of Sky do what they do, and they do it efficiently and sometimes brutally.
Yeah, they kind of wanted to talk to Mom a little bit. That's okay.
Becca, in your voice, in your head, you hear, he's right, you know. They're going to... You hear in your head,
Yeah.
He's right, you know. They're going to keep doing it. The Agents of Sky. Your friends mean as much to the Agents of Sky as that family of individuals did. And they're going to keep influencing or establishing their dominance on this land until someone stands up to them.
Right. Listen, I didn't really like the snake family, but also I don't really like the fact that they just got disappeared.
Are you saying this out loud or to the voice in your head? Okay.
No, I'm saying that to everyone. I think there's two problems here. I think one problem is the fact that we need to figure out what to do with the coin. And some of that is up to Noah right now. But I think the other thing is we may need to reevaluate what's happening here. I don't know if we can do anything for the family, but maybe we can do something about what's happening in the bigger picture. I know that's a really big thing, and I know that's
I know that Agent Frey doesn't like me
potentially going up
very
against
much.
something pretty big, but I don't like it.
Noah pulls the little bag out of his
Okay.
pocket and stands up from the swings and kind of dumps it behind him as he takes a few steps back towards the house, and kind of just puts his hands in his pockets as he looks at the house and just stares at the house.
Okay. Where's the coin?
He dumped it out in the sand behind him.
Okay. It's just laying in the ground.
No, I don't think we should just leave it there.
Leave what where?
Did I see him dump the coin?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody did.
Okay, the coin.
I'm done with the coin.
Okay.
I think we've got bigger problems now. I think you're right, Becca.
I look over at Zach and say, "How much do you know? How much can they hear? Are there places where we can talk where we can't be heard?"
Would I know that?
You would know that there are safe rooms established in the new Underdark where not even the gods themselves can listen in on, but you got to pay top dollar for them. I mean, it's like tech cafes. Like these are non-scrying, sending, like you're being hunted. You need a place to lay low for like an hour or so. It costs an arm and a leg. You guys could probably scramble together enough money to pay for one, to make plans. If somebody had enough money and the right enchanters, they could probably do that to a room in their house. To do it to an entire house, they'd have to be moving with some serious bank. But you would know enough of that. Exo.
What if we were to do it to 2 cans and a piece of string, just out of curiosity?
It would be much cheaper. And the gods would not be able to hear what those 2 cans were saying about them.
Oh.
And Zach could pass that info along. We have options in that regard, but there's eyes and ears everywhere.
I want to go pick up the coin. I'm not necessarily going to hand it off to my coin, but I want it off the ground.
Okay.
I don't want it just sitting there.
You pick your coin up off the ground, and as you do, there is this urge to absorb it, almost like the 2 magnet pulls of putting 2 magnets close to each other, as the bigger one just kind of attracts the little one. It's not anything that I'm going to make you make a save for. And he goes, they hurt your friend, right? They hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
Tell you what. Is that their car over there?
It is.
Flip the coin.
I flipped the coin.
As you flip the coin, there is the crunching of steel as the ground around the car turns into quicksand, or the facsimile of quicksand, as branches sprout out of every available inch underneath that car, reaching up and in one swift movement, tearing the car in half. And bringing it into the ground. Agent Franks runs outside and looks at the car, and then looks over at the group, and then looks back at the house as that car is absorbed into the earth. Dragged metal, bits of leather, bits of engine. The smell of gasoline is present until it is not. The earth manifest in that space as the coin flips and tumbles through the air. The coin keeps rotating in the air, as if suspended in time until the last of that car is gone. And that coin falls down and you catch it. You and me, little one, we are going to do some great work together. And that is where we are ending tonight's episode. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in. The chat was popping tonight, and it always makes my night exponentially more amazing to see as many people loving the stories that we tell. To everybody in the chat, thank you so much. Beth, I will work on an album of me just whistling and humming songs that I do in our D&D campaign, and I will make sure that you are the first person to get that copy. Minnie B, all of our new friends and followers. Dan, you may draw bad, but we are so happy to have you as a subscriber. Or Rob, yeah, we're happy to have you joining up with the group. Thank you to everybody that was hanging out with us. We love you all so much. Indigo Connect, and hey, who dat, baby? Thank you for joining us for the Unbroken Veil. Love you. Talk to you soon.